welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. It's 2022. And before we hop into today's episode, we just kind of wanted to go over a couple of things because the format's going to change here just a little bit for 2022 because we've got some new things going on.
Yeah, we're real excited this year. We've decided to change it up just because we've added a few new sponsors this year. We're excited about that. So thank you for everyone that sponsors the podcast. But we wanted to start off the year in a little different manner just because it's time to change it up a little bit. And I feel it's,
We've got a new format. We'll see how it goes. We're going to do it dirty here. Do we have it 100% figured out? No.
Nope.
But like Scott said, we've got some sponsors, so that makes the format a little bit different because we've got to fit that in there. And we just wanted to do a better job of letting you guys know what is going on with us, what's going on kind of behind the scenes, because we don't always talk about that a whole lot. So just going to let you right on in.
Yeah, so one of the things we're excited about to start off the year is with our new 2022 planner guide for your landscaping season. It's going to help you figure out.
Yeah, this is a free download that we've got for you guys. So Scott will run through it here real quick. We'll have links for it everywhere in the notes, on our webpage, all of the places. You guys know the drill. We'll have it everywhere.
Yeah, so, and if you're following us on social media, I'm doing posts on this. I actually just finished up one this afternoon on this or today.
Yeah, you'll be popping. You'll be seeing us popping up live talking about this. So it's everywhere.
But this one basically has you review your past, and then from the past, and you can make decisions on your future. So in this guide, we're going to kind of walk you through and figure out what your revenue was, what you expected to make, what you actually made. We go into reviewing things like breaking it down to different divisions and looking at jobs that went great, what didn't go so great. So it's an awesome planner. It gets you thinking on different things and it helps you plan out for your season.
Yeah, he's got a copy of it here.
Yep.
So I was just seeing. So yeah, it's just a review of 2021, like Scott said, because if you don't measure what you have already done, then it's hard to kind of move forward. From that, you've got to track what you're doing if you want to make measurable progress, and you've got to at least track it. Yeah. So it's got that on there. What else you got?
We start diving into upcoming seasons because once you start looking at what went great, what do you want to continue doing next year? So like if you did added some new things this year, maybe you added water features and lighting, but the water features did awesome, but the lighting not so much. So you kind of start looking at it and figure out, well, is it because I wasn't selling it? Was I not marketing enough, or our crews didn't get it. Things didn't vibe and it wasn't a good fit for us. Then maybe we need to look at not continuing lighting next year or whatever it is. You need to look at things in a different manner than just we're going to do this and hammer it down and make it work.
Yeah, it's worth it to take that little bit of time to go ahead, nose around into last year's numbers a little bit and figure out what worked, what didn't work, what do you want to take into your 2022 season.
Yep. And then from there, you're going to start in the planner. The rest part is going to be planning out your 2022. So you're going to look at some of the numbers again. What are your sales goals? So, do you want to plan more? Everybody wants to always increase their profits, but, when you do that, it's going to start taking effect on other things. You may have to hire more people or hire more, operations manager. You need to start evaluating all these different things when you start making these decisions. So this planner will definitely help you walk you through that and get you
at least get you started.
Yep. So that's pretty much it. So the link to that is milliondollarlandscaper.com/2022 guide. We'll put it all over everywhere. So definitely check it out. Just pop in your email and it'll get sent to you. So, all right.
All right. Then the podcast for today, we're going to talk about goal setting. It's very prudent. It's the beginning of the year. So hang on and we'll be right back to chat about that.
Yep.
The only app every landscaper needs. Company Cam makes it dead simple to communicate, document, and problem solve with guys in the field, no matter where you are. Company Cam brings documentation, communication, and liability protection together in one simple, easy-to-use app for you and your entire team. Take unlimited photos and videos, share custom reports, create flawless before and afters, and even communicate and share progress with homeowners with galleries and project timelines, all from your smartphone. Company Cam, the only app every landscaper needs. Check it out at companycam.com/million or in your app store.
We want to take a quick second to tell you about our friends over at Cycle CPA. I can't even express to you how important it is to have a good accountant on your side. You want accurate bookkeeping and financial statements every month. Instead, you're often left with limited time to focus on the accounting side of your business and no reports to show for it.
At Cycle CPA, the landscaping accountants, they not only handle the bookkeeping, but also provide landscape industry benchmarking, job costing, financials by service line, advisory meetings, and much more. Cycle CPA has a team of landscaping accountants available to provide anything from bookkeeping to CFO services. Visit cyclecpa.com and for $100 off, mention the $1 Million Landscaper podcast. If you want to get the leads you want and turn your current clients into raving fans, then you need to try Send Gym. They've created an exclusive offer just for our listeners. If you sign up today, you can get your first month for just $2. So if you haven't already, go to sendgym.io/MDL, where you can get even more exclusive deals just for $1 Million Landscaper podcast listeners. That's sendgym.io/MDL and take advantage of these awesome deals today.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're going to talk about goal setting for the new year. And I don't want this to be like one of those like goal setting sessions and conversations. I don't want it to be like that. But one thing that I've noticed is when it comes to setting goals, too many people don't set big enough goals. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people, they like to play it safe, and they might just be a little bit scared to do it. And I think people don't do it because they think that if they don't then hit whatever goal they set, then they're a failure. Like, you know, maybe you set the goal to do 500,000 in revenue this year and you didn't hit it. And it's easy to kind of just spiral into that negativity of like, oh, I'm a failure. I didn't do it. Oh, I'm awful. You know the drill. That's the spiral.
Yeah. And I think that is a huge issue. People don't want to not succeed at things. You know, I set my goal, I just didn't do it. So
right.
It's important. There's no reason behind it.
Yeah. So, but I don't want people to be scared to make these bigger goals. Because if you just set a whole bunch of like easy goals, then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. I hit that. Great. And so we'll talk more about that in a second. But like, just to kind of like be real for a little bit, like I have a history of kind of like feeling like I'm never good enough or never doing it enough. And you know, if we're gonna get like, you know, into therapy, let's make this into a little therapy session of, you know.
Do I need to put some gentle music on?
Gentle music on, and like, Katie, where does this come from? Where do you think this stems from? I honestly don't know. Maybe it's because like I'm one of 4 children. I'm a middle child, and I was born in the 70s, raised in the 80s. Like we were just ignored a little bit. I mean, not ignored. I had lovely parents, but you know, it was a different time. I had an older sister that was like very talented, very smart, very musical. Like, so we were always like going to her music stuff. And then I had younger siblings that needed to be cared for. And so I was just kind of it was easy for me to kind of just get lost in the shuffle. And so it wasn't really until I went away to college that I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many things out here in this world that I can do. And so then once I kind of got out there, I wanted to do all the things. And that's when I really kind of turned into, you know this, that the crazy, ambitious, like, go, do, like, set a goal, get it. Like, I didn't just go away to school. Like, I went and I was in a sorority. I was in the forestry department. So I was not only in the honors fraternity for the Society of American Foresters at Purdue, I ran it. I ran the clubs. I did all of the things. I studied in Sweden for a summer. And so, like, if anything, I'm guilty of setting, like, way too many goals. And so it is a little bit crazy to me when people are too scared to set goals, because I, like, sometimes have a hard time turning it off.
This transpires into your daily life, too.
It does. And we have a child that acts exactly like me, and it drives Scott insane. Our youngest son is just like me. Like, every day he has this, like, grandiose list of all the things we're going to do.
It'll be 8 o'clock at night. We're going to do this. We're going to watch a movie. We're going to do this and this and this. Whoa.
And it's like, reel it in. I know. But he can't help it. He definitely gets it from me. And we kind of did the same thing in the landscaping business, you know, for the family business. It's like, no, we're not just going to do ponds. We're going to be the best damn pond builder in this area. Mm-hmm. And so.
It transpired to everything. You know, I read every freaking book, every magazine, went to any training I could, and I did everything I could to be the best and set our team up to be the best. And we call it kind of mulch-channing because we go above and beyond. If you're new to the
podcast, our last name is Mulchan.
Yes.
And so if you go above and beyond and like take it maybe a little too seriously and just like and just hit that ball all the way home. We call that mole chanting.
Yeah,
sometimes you need to tone it down a little bit. It can get irritating, but it's called mole chanting.
Yeah, we never half-ass anything.
No. Well, and I don't want to say, because we do tell people to do it dirty.
Yes.
We don't half-ass it in the standpoint of we just go for it, I guess. We're okay to do we're okay with messing up and not getting it right and not doing it perfect, but we're not okay with not trying.
Yeah.
That's what I think Scott means by not half-assing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do everything to the best of our abilities that we know at that point in time, no matter what.
Yes. We're not afraid to set that big, hairy, scary goal and just go for it. Because I have had people ask me, even like I referenced my sister earlier, that, as kids, she was the one who was smart and it was in musical and all this stuff. But as adults, she's been like, so how do you guys just like start businesses and like do these things? Like when we started $1 Million Academy, she's like, you're just going to like be online business coaches? And we're like, yeah, we're just going to go for it.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah. And she just like looked at me like I'm bananas. But we're ambitious enough and we're not afraid of those big, hairy, scary goals, and we'll just go for it.
Yeah.
So
well, it's kind of exciting, I think.
yeah. And it's okay, because even if we don't reach whatever big, ginormous, hairy, scary goal that we set, we're okay with it, because we use that kind of just like as a tool to get through all those smaller goals. Does that make sense? We hit a lot of smaller goals on the way to those big, hairy, scary goals.
Yeah, and you also are setting yourself up for that when you do get to that goal, because you're going to take everything to get to that goal, even if you don't get to it. But, you might be increasing your marketing. You might be hiring more people or outsourcing things or whatever it is. And you're going to move your way up, even if you don't get to that big
So
goal.
when you're thinking about your 2022, what kind of like big, hairy, scary goal can you set? And the sole purpose of that goal, like I want you to set one that you're not going to reach. Like we didn't reach the goals that I had for our $1 Million Academy last year. Did not reach it, but you know what? I learned a lot on the way there, and that's okay. And I'm going to set another big, hairy, scary goal this year. I'm just going to keep doing it. So I want you to do that for your business. What goal can you set that's just going to scare you just like a little bit? And use that goal, set that goal, and then detach yourself from the outcome of it just a little bit. Like don't beat yourself up because you don't do it or don't achieve it. I mean, it's awesome if you do. If you do achieve it, that's like bonus. But use that to make the little goals that are along the way less scary, because those goals in your mind will trick you. Like those goals will become less scary, because when those aren't the end point, when those are just little stepping stones on your way to this big, ginormous goal, I promise you, it'll breeze right through them a lot easier.
Yeah. And these goals could be, not only just revenue. You can look at personal goals like that. I want to be home at 5 o'clock at night with my kids, or 4 o'clock with your kids, whatever it is. Or I want to take my kids to school, or I want to get out of the field. I want to, spend less time in the field and work on the business. It's
right.
Those types of things you need to be looking at.
Yeah, because like we said, it's what you learn on the way to the big, hairy, scary goal that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting that big, huge goal isn't what it matters. Mm-hmm. It's the lessons and everything that you learn on the way.
Yep.
Because along your way, and this is something that I'm going to work on for 2022, is you need to make sure that you are indeed acknowledging the smaller wins along the way. Yep. I'm not saying don't acknowledge smaller wins, because I'm a little bit guilty of this. I don't always sit back and look at the progress that I have made, because I do get so focused on the future, and I can kind of get down. I'll be like grumping around a little bit, and Scott's like, dude, check yourself. Right here,
Yep.
right,
Oh, yeah.
it is. Scott he's much better at looking at the smaller wins than I am. So that's something that I do want to do. So I'm going to keep setting those big goals, but I am going to look for those smaller wins a little bit more. An easy way to do this is if you have weekly meetings with your team, go around in the circle and have everybody say, like, what's one win for the week from this past week? It can be personal, it can be something in business, but get that conversation started and have, everybody talk about more of the positive, what went right.
I actually love this idea, because this is going to bring that positivity to your business, especially if so many people get negative, and just the way things are anymore. Just negativity, it's terrible, and it'll eat a hole in your business if you don't get it out of there. So just doing these like little meetings like this brings that positivity back into it, and keeps everybody kind of pumped up and working towards whatever your goal is. So
Yeah.
I do like that idea.
Yeah, I think most people have heard of setting that SMART goals. It's like the specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, or relevant, I've heard it called as well, and then time-based. And I really like that. But definitely set that big, hairy, scary one on the end of that. So I think that's just all I wanted to get across for this podcast is don't set your goals too small. Don't sell yourself short. I think that you can do it, and I think you'll learn a lot on the way, and you'll be happy that you have blown past all those little smaller goals on the way to your big, scary one.
Well, one of our goals was talking about this. It was to actually create a course on goals, and it's one of our goals is to get one out here fairly soon. Not sure exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And get that out, and it's about setting these goals because it's very important.
Well, if you're not aiming towards something, what are you going to do? You know, when you play baseball, you don't just the pitcher doesn't just throw the ball anywhere.
Yeah.
He's aiming to get it over the plate. So you've got to be, you have to be aiming at something. So.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just in business and you're just kind of keep spinning your wheels. That's all. And I can say early on, we didn't do any of this in our business. It was just work, get more work and work.
Yeah, it was just sell more jobs, get the jobs done, and then do more jobs.
Yeah,
right?
There was never any goals. And I think it was actually, probably it was you that actually kind of stepped in. And when we started doing stuff in the business and helped us, hey, we need to figure out certain goals to help us push forward. So
I like to know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I like to know what's going on.
Yeah, and it does make a big difference. And, some of you might not believe, that's just, you don't need to do that. You'll be surprised once you actually apply this and do that, because you'll find yourself moving forward and making those quick wins, or not quick wins, those little wins, and moving up to that big win. So.
Right. Well, because what you measure and what you track grows, and so that's why you set these goals, is because you've got something to work towards, and then you're tracking yourself along the way. That looking back and giving yourself high fives for those little wins, that's a way to track it and bring it up. So that way, like I said, just don't be afraid to go big. Just dream big. Dream big.
And then one thing I would add to this is, when you make these goals, keep it somewhere that you can see it. Don't just write these goals down and put it in your dresser drawer, or your desk drawer, I should say, and just keep it put away. Keep it out so you can actually see it and review it. Put it right next to your desk where you're doing estimates, or in your truck, or whatever it is. Keep it out so you can see it and then remind yourself, oh, this is why I'm doing this.
We've got a marker board up in the office, and I'll put goals up there.
Yeah, she actually has a picture of a camper that we want to buy at some point. And it's up there, and it just helps us keep moving
That's
forward.
true. Completely business related, but we love to travel.
Yep.
We like to go around in our camper. So I do. We've never had a fifth wheel camper. That's we've gone through the progression of campers. We've had we've had tents. We've had just the pop-up campers. We had a hybrid camper. We've had travel trailers.
No.
Obviously, a fifth wheel is just the next step in the process.
Seems pretty logical to me, but
it is. But the one I have picked out costs as much as our house.
It does.
And so that is a big, hairy, scary goal. Yeah. Am I gonna get that fifth wheel this year? Probably not. But that doesn't mean it's not up on the board.
No. I gotta keep planning and keep looking for those goals. And let us know if you're interested in actually doing this course like we talked about. Let us know. Put it in a comment section. We'd love to hear it, because we want,
we're trying to get it done.
Yeah.
Hopefully by February.
Yeah.
In February.
Yeah. We want to get it done and get it out for everybody. So.
Yeah. All right. You ready for your exit questions?
Let's
I got
do
here.
It.
But we did say too. Drop in the comments. Let us know what your big, hairy, scary goal is.
Yep. And I'll just real quick too. Don't forget to grab the download. It's milliondollarlandscaper.com/2022 guide.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Exit questions. What is your favorite microwavable food?
Favorite microwavable food?
Some things are good in the microwave. Some things are not good in the microwave.
That's a tough one. I always eat a lot of leftovers in the microwave, but...
Yeah, but even those are better in the toaster oven, in my opinion. But I'm not going to take your question. I'm obsessed with the toaster oven. So
I don't know if I have a favorite food in the microwave.
Scott, 20 years ago, I think it would have been Hot Pockets.
Yeah, I probably ate a lot of Hot Pockets back then.
Yeah,
back
but perhaps not anymore.
Yeah, the taste has changed a little bit. I prefer not to eat microwave food if I don't have to.
You've grown out of the Hot Pockets now that you're 44? That's crazy.
It's not great on my body.
Okay. So nothing? You got...
popcorn's always a good favorite.
That's kind of a good default. Yeah. Although popcorn on the stove is really good.
Yeah, that's very true.
All right. So we'll go with popcorn. If you could be guaranteed one thing in life besides money, what would it be?
Ooh. That's a deep question.
Yep, we're getting now. We need to play that therapy
Wow,
music.
yeah. One thing that if I could be guaranteed. I just like seeing everybody happy. So like seeing
That's a
you
good
and the
one.
kids being happy all the time. Like it's kind of like Christmas. I always like seeing everybody happy. I wouldn't care if I didn't get any gifts. I just like seeing you guys open up. So.
Aw, that's so sweet. That's such a nice one. All right, now we'll just go completely 180.
Oh, boy.
Your voice. Would you rather it sound like Elmo or Kermit the Frog?
Probably Kermit the Frog.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
think you would get punched a lot. if
Yeah,
it was
Elmo would drive me nuts, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good choice. All right, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yep. Have a great day.